Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going today? I'm the Digital Ham, and today I'm bringing you a review of the NW-800 condenser microphone. Now, first of all, I want to say something really quickly before I get started in the full review. Now, if you're looking at an XLR microphone versus an USB microphone, there's a few things that I want you guys to take in consideration. One, you are going to have to buy more components for an XLR microphone than you will for a USB microphone. Reason being, USB microphones are what they call plug and play. Most of them require no installation of software, no drivers. You just plug it in, your computer recognizes it and uses it. This is not the same thing. This is not considered a plug and play. And the reason for that is because this has to have what they call phantom power. Now, once you get phantom power, you have the microphone, it's all good to go, but now you have to find some way of feeding that microphone from the power supply into your computer. And that's where interfaces and what they call preamps are used for. So I want to explain to you guys that you're going to need multiple things to make this work for an XLR microphone. So just a warning in advance, if you're looking to just plug something directly into your computer, an XLR microphone is not the cure for you. You will most definitely want to look into getting a USB microphone. Furthermore, if you're really interested in the USB microphone, I would suggest you head on over to my channel, or here in the suggestion box right next to my this video that's playing. You might want to check out the CAD U37 microphone review that I did. That actually might give you an option right there of a microphone that you can hear and see my full review of, and that might help you out in that process. Now, I just said phantom power, and most people are like, what the heck is phantom power? Well, it's pretty much just a power supply that feeds to the microphone the power that it needs so that it can work. And so what you have is you have the XLR microphone gets power from the phantom power, or the power supply, or the preamp, whatever you want to call it, and then it runs it into the computer. Now, what I'm using is what they call an interface. I call it a preamp interface mixer, a little bit of everything, and it is this guy right here. Now, I don't know if you can see that real well because that light, that's really hard to do. Let's reverse. There we go. It's not focusing really well. That's fine. This is a Behringer Xenix 302 USB, and it is, like I said, it's kind of like a preamp mixer slash a little bit of everything interface. And what it does is the cable goes from the microphone to this, and then this actually goes USB into the actual computer. And there are no interfaces for USB microphones. It's pretty much just plug it directly in. Now, this actually acts as kind of like a little bit of a filter for my microphone, which I like a lot because I've heard the raw unedited version just with a power supply from to this microphone and it going directly in the computer, and in my opinion it doesn't sound very good at all. This actually boosts the sound and makes it sound really nice and crisp and clean, and it takes a lot of the hiss out of the sound that usually you would hear if you're just running a preamp or excuse me, phantom power to the microphone. Now, what you get with this microphone is you get a metal body, and I don't know what type of metal it is, but it is a hefty, good feel, it has a good weight to it, microphone. The body is made out of some kind of metal. The capsule, which is this part right here, that's not, it's covered up by the sock right now, but that is actually made out of metal also. There's no plastic parts that I found on this microphone. Now, when you open up the body, you can actually pull this part out. This is a cylinder, and there's not much in there, guys, but it does the job. I don't know how it does it, but it does it anyway. So that's pretty much it for that. The body and everything. It's pretty self-explanatory, guys. This is the windsock that came with it. I wasn't going to use it. I was actually going to use my pop filter, but I actually really like this thing. It's very simple, and it's one less thing that I have to worry about being in the way when I'm doing my recordings and stuff. It also came with a shock mount, which I already had one before with my other microphone, but I like it. It's nothing fancy, but it's a good shock mount. It does its purpose. It has done very, very well. And it also came with an XLR to 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. That thing is a waste of money, guys, because you can't plug this thing directly into your computer and expect anything to come out of it, because it has to have phantom power. Now, this microphone specifically requires a minimum of 5 volts worth of phantom power, so that is something that you're going to have to remember. Now, this preamp that I have, or interface, is providing it with 15. Now, just remember this: the lowest number that you get, say the minimum is 5 for your microphone, and you're pushing it with 10. You're going to have to jack that gain up really high to get that microphone to push out. So if I was to use the full 48 volts that this says it needs, or it can acquire, it doesn't have to have it, but it runs perfect on 48 volts. If I was to give it that, I would have to turn everything down, because it would actually then be hot. So the amount of gain of phantom power that you're providing it with can actually cause it to be very, very boosted in the gain and the dB that it's actually putting out. So with this, it's not too bad. I still have to crank it up a little bit, but not too terribly bad. So the one thing I will say also is, guys, if you've seen some of these, what they call plug-in sound cards, I hate to put his name out there, but a guy named Podcastage. Don't get me wrong, the guy is phenomenal. In fact, I watched his review on both these products, and it was convincing enough that I was like, oh yeah, that guy is absolutely fantastic. But the one thing that I really did not like that he said was, he was kind of like saying that you can just run it with one of those little plug-in USB style audio cards or sound cards. And I understand that it could run, but I don't think that it's going to run to the quality that you're going to want. So, and he even makes that statement too, so I'm not trying to back him into a corner and be like, well, he told me, he said this in his videos, which I love the guy. The guy's fantastic, and he's very, very knowledgeable. But I would just steer away from those guys. I would just go ahead, and if you're going to make that investment, make the investment. Don't half-ass it. Make the investment. I'm not saying you have to spend $600 or anything like that. I'm just saying, if you're going to make the investment to go this route, do it, and do it right, and make sure that you have all the components, because the one thing you want to do, or the last thing you want to do, is get everything set up and it sucks and it's not working to what you think it should and how it should work. So with that, guys, that's pretty much the review of the microphone. As I said, you can hear me right now. This is within like a 3-4 inches of the microphone. If I get a little bit closer, you can hear it sounds like almost like radio. I don't really care to get this close with this microphone, because it's so much better than the CAD. And I love the CAD, don't get me wrong, but as you can tell, this is very, very... You're going to get echo in this room. I don't care if I have a $5,000 microphone. I'm going to get echo in this room. It's a massive room. So I'm not worried about that, but I'm saying the clarity of my voice. Now, I do want to show you one thing really quick. So if I turn up the bass right now, and I'm turning it up right now, you'll hear that there's a bass increase in my voice. Now I'm going to drop it back down to 0. Well, that's not really to 0. That's like halfway. But I'm going to bring it back up kind of to where it was. And then I have the treble up right now. If I bring the treble down even more, there's 0. So you can hear the changes of the Behringer and what it's doing to my voice and the sound that's coming into it. So both are fantastic products, guys. Fantastic products. I love both of them. They're both well worth the price. I'm going to say this: if you're on a super tight budget, guys, make sure, if you want this microphone, get it in the orange. And I'm going to explain to you why. The other ones were $36. $36 all the way up to $50 that I've seen for this microphone. All of them the same, all on the same Amazon website. I'm not looking at multiple different websites. And for some freaking weird reason, the orange one doesn't sell. Nobody wants the orange one. That's the only thing I can think of, because it's the exact same microphone as all the other ones. They're just different color combinations. In fact, let's just put it this way. This is the microphone, and this is the box that the microphone came in. I guess they hate the orange so much that they didn't even want to put it. God, Jordan, can you do this? Here you go. They didn't even want to put it on the box. Like, well, I guess it's because you have this one that they don't check it. I don't know. But yeah, for some reason, this one doesn't sell, I guess. And I looked on the Neewer website. It's there. It's not like it's not a product or it's a ripoff or whatever. It's the exact same microphone. It's just a different color, and for some reason people don't like it, so they dropped the price down to $18.99. So I was like, well, fuck it, if there's no difference, then there's no difference. So, but anyways, so thank you guys for checking out this video. I hope that you find it helpful. I hope that it gives you all the information that you need. If it was helpful, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Make sure you head on over to my channel, hit that subscribe button so you guys get notified whenever I post a video. And make sure that you leave a comment if you have a question, concern, whatever it may be. If you guys do give me a lot of questions, I'm going to let you know right now. I will probably post a video answering all the questions, because I absolutely love your questions. I love helping you guys out, and I love being there to answer any kind of questions. The issue is that a lot of people ask the same kind of question or something like that, and I think it's just easier for me to make a video giving you guys all the answers and everything. So, and then that way, if that doesn't cover it, then you guys can ask me for another video and give me all the questions in the comment section, and I'll take care of it from there. So once again, thanks a lot guys for checking out this video, and you guys have a great one. All right.